My grandfather lived to 95. Whenever someone asked his secret, he'd smile and say he didn't have one. No special diet, no supplements, no gym. Just an ordinary life, lived a certain quiet way, day after day for decades. But after watching him for years, I realized his ordinary day was quietly hiding almost everything science now tells us about living long and healthy. He wasn't following a plan. He was just living, and every habit was, without him knowing it, backed by research. Let me walk you through one of his days. A gentle note first. This is meant to inspire and educate, not replace your doctor's advice. His day began early, usually just before dawn, almost always without an alarm. His body simply knew. A consistent sleep and wake schedule is one of the most powerful things you can do for your health. It kept his sleep deep and his body clock tuned. He never sprang out of bed. He'd sit on the edge of the mattress a moment before standing, protecting an older body from the dizziness that can come from rising too fast. The very first thing he did was drink a glass of water, not from thirst, but habit. That mattered, because as we age, our sense of thirst fades and many older people walk around mildly dehydrated without feeling it. Then he opened the curtains and, weather allowing, stepped onto the porch for a few minutes. That morning light sets the body's internal clock and helps you sleep better that night. His breakfast was simple and real. Oats, an egg, fruit, a slice of bread, nothing from a box with a long ingredient list. He never rushed it. After breakfast came movement, though he'd never call it exercise. Walking to fetch something, pottering in his garden, sweeping the path, carrying wood. His whole day was sprinkled with gentle, natural motion. Not a single hard workout followed by hours of sitting. Well into his 90s, he could rise from his chair without using his hands to push himself up. One of the clearest signs of a body that's still strong and independent. If this story is touching something in you, subscribe. This channel shares the simple, timeless wisdom of living well as we age. Here's something I understood only later. He always had a purpose. Every day had a reason, a task, a small mission. Tomatoes to tend, a fence to mend, a neighbor to help. Science is clear that this sense of purpose is genuinely linked to a longer life. I once asked why he still bothered planting a garden every spring when he could rest. He said something I've never forgotten. If I stop having something to do tomorrow, why would my body bother waking me up for it? His main meal was at midday, mostly plants. Vegetables from his garden, beans, a small portion of meat, almost like a garnish. He always stopped eating when satisfied, never stuffed. That pattern, mostly plants, stopping before completely full, is one of the most consistent habits found among people who live to 100. In the afternoon, he allowed himself to pause, a short rest, or just tea. Watching the world go by. That unhurried calm kept his nervous system steady, and he was never isolated. This might be the most important habit of all. A neighbor would stop by. He'd chat at the shop. Family came and went. Loneliness can be as harmful to your health as smoking, while strong relationships are one of the most powerful predictors of a long life. I can still picture him on the bench outside his door, waving to everyone who passed, half of them stopping to sit with him. He remembered their children's names, gave away tomatoes to anyone who admired them. He also kept his mind busy, reading the paper, playing cards, fixing things with his hands, working out little problems. Keeping the brain active and engaged is one of the best things we can do to keep it sharp as we age. His dinner was light and early, never heavy late at night, and often followed by a slow, short stroll around the garden, a simple way to help steady blood sugar. He wasn't a saint who denied himself everything, a small glass of wine now and then, a sweet when the mood struck, but always in moderation. A long life isn't about depriving yourself, it's about balance. As night settled, he wound down slowly, lights low. No bright screens blaring late into the night, then a solid, consistent 7 hours of sleep, the same as every night. Not one single thing in that day was extraordinary. No magic pill, no heroic effort. The real secret was doing these simple, ordinary things every day for decades, with a calm and grateful heart. He wasn't chasing a long life. He was living a good, connected life. and the long life came as the natural reward. His true superpower was consistency. He was never in a hurry, never isolated, and never without a purpose. He wasn't perfect, and luck and genes play their part too. There are no guarantees. But the science is overwhelming that these simple daily habits stack the odds in your favor. And you don't have to overhaul your whole life to begin. You just have to borrow one page from his day, the morning glass of water, a few minutes of morning light, a plate that's mostly plants. Stopping before you're full, the after-dinner stroll, the call to a friend, a daily sense of purpose. None of it is hard. None of it costs a thing. Here's a challenge, straight from his story. Pick just one habit from my grandfather's day to borrow tomorrow. The morning light, the short walk after dinner, calling someone you love. Come to the comments and type the word ordinary. Tell me which habit you're borrowing. And if you've ever known someone who lived a long, simple life, tell us the one habit you remember them by. Subscribe so the next bit of timeless wisdom finds its way to you. And share this with someone in your family who would smile at this story. It might be exactly the gentle reminder they needed.